Hey guys, RedPandaMining here. Hope you're doing well, having a really great day. I got probably a very long video here. It's just going to be like the state of Alephium mining. So I'm going to go through talking about just the drastic climb in the network hash rate for Alephium over the past month, as well as going through my yields now on the Gold Shell AL box, the first, Alephium miner out from Gold Shell about 5 months ago. So now this thing is, yielding about 1.2 Alephium a day, something like that. And as well as, the profitability before with this AL box was about, when I first started mining with this thing, about April 15th, is about $107 a day. Okay, so it was drastically dropping, as we went on a couple of weeks to $51 a day. And then it slowly kept decreasing or declining here. And now here we are about $2.48 a day on this AL box. Okay, Gold Shell AL box, which back then, this thing, when I first received it, I did do a video on this thing back in April 18th. And this thing was priced at $11,799 on Crypto Miner Bros. And I think, Gold Shell was selling them for about 10 or 11,000 on their website as well, on their Gold Shell shop website, which now they don't even sell those anymore because they've come out with different iterations of these miners, which I do want to go through in terms of, they're just the same efficiency basically, but we've got some new players in the game that have come out with Alephium miners, and Gold Shell again has newer miners here I want to go through against iServer, and of course the big dog Bitmain. Okay, so talk about a lot of things. I'm going to go through pricing of, Alephium. And I did kind of want to compare against Cadena. I was just looking at the chart and it looks pretty interesting. And I don't know if it's going to be the same, but I thought we'll bring this up later on in this video. So hopefully you guys enjoy. Thank you to today's video sponsor, Crypto Miner Bros. If you guys are looking for any types of ASIC miners, or maybe even an AL0, they have them on their website for $8.49. If you use coupon code RedPanda, you get $70 off. So all in pricing, including the PSU, is $7.79. Okay. So anyways, thank you, Crypto Miner Bros. Let's begin, my friends. Okay. So Alephium mining. The first ASIC to come about for Alephium was back in beginning of April, I guess, for when Gold Shell announced the AL box. But since then, there has been a lot of newer Alephium miners that have been announced and been coming out, like the Gold Shell AL Box 2, AL Box 2 Plus, AL Box 2 Pro even. And there's the, Gold Shell AL1M now, which does about 3 terahash, which is on LPM. And then they have the normal mode at 4.4 terahash, and then 1800 watts here versus 1100 watts. Okay, but the efficiency of this thing, 0.36, so it's still not as good as the iServer AL0. Okay, the iServer AL0 is still the better buy because of the efficiency, and as well as the dollar per gigahash. Let's just see here. Okay, so looking at the pricing of this thing, it's actually, if you use my coupon code, which you don't have to, but it's about $1.95 per gigahash. So the lower the number, the faster your ROI is essentially, but depends on your electrical cost. So you can see here, the efficiency of the Gold Shell is it's not as good as the AL0. Okay. So looks like the Gold Shell has better dollar per gigahash, but equating the efficiency here, I still think the iServer is going to be a better value long-term just because of the efficiency. Okay. So looking at here, you can generally see the efficiency of these units. So Gold Shell is basically lagging behind here in terms of all these, their models that they've been coming out over the past 5 months. I mean, AL Box 2, AL Box 2 Plus, there's really no difference in efficiency. And yeah, and then their new one here, the Echo AL1M, it's a tad more efficient, a little bit more, but again, not as efficient as the AL0 or, of course, the big dog Bitmain AL1 Pro. But let's be real, who has $30,000 to spend on this miner? So with that, okay, with all those announcements, and I totally forgot to talk about Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball did announce their A40, but I think this is a wash. I wouldn't even bother looking at this one for buying an Alephium miner. Okay, I wouldn't wouldn't even look at it. I wouldn't even try. All right, don't even bother buying this. It's probably not worth it. And I don't have a crystal ball. I don't know if Alephium is going to go up. I don't know if it's going to be profitable in the future. That's the thing, you know, there's not the aggressive emission schedule like Cadena, but the tokenomics for Alephium is kind of iffy. There's a lot of risks involved. But anyways, besides the point, Alephium's network hash rate has been climbing drastically. So it's about 10.62 petahash now. And just over the past, like, let's say 11 days, all right, from September 1st up until September 11th, as of recording, the hash rate for Alephium has climbed almost another 5 petahash. So I'm going to equate that to probably the release of the Bitmain AL1, all right, which does 15.6 terahash or 16.6 terahash. These are quite heavy hitters on the market. And so we were predicting at about maybe, you know, a couple hundred of these were manufactured and shipped out to people who decided to pay this amount. And so right now, the profitability of these AL1s and AL1 Pros is over $100 a day. But like just to compare, maybe a couple days ago, or even a week ago, the AL2 was making over $200 a day. Okay. So, I mean, even when this thing was, being shipped out by the end of August, okay, it was realistically like $200 a day. But even when it was announced, right, when this thing was announced September, it was released 2024, but it was announced like, further back in like, I think July, this thing at one point was making like $1,100 a day, but obviously no one had one. And so the shipment date of these were end of August. So pretty much now, September. So that's why the profitability you can see has tanked all the way down to about $130 a day now on this thing. But attributing to that is Alephium's price, which has generally been going down. Okay. Did have a little bit of price action up, but whether or not that's going to sustain, I don't know. Okay. But anyways, showing you now my AL box. Okay. The gold shell AL box, which I got back in April 15th or April 14th is when I got it. April 15th is when I started mining with it. This thing at the time when I started mining it was worth, this thing was like a $12,000 ASIC miner, right? And just attributing to that is because the profitability of the gold shell AL box at that time, okay, was over $100 a day. Okay, April 15th is when I started mining with it, and it was literally earning over $107 a day. Okay, it was only good for like a good 5 days, 6 days, it was over $100. And then April 22nd came down, the profitability started going down because Gold Shell also shipped out a bunch of their AL boxes. Okay. And it's just, the rest is history. I mean, you can see the prices, the profitability has been dwindling because more and more of these machines have been, selling, to whoever's buying these, and the $9,000 batch, so the $6,000 batch, AL Box 2, AL Box 2 Plus now. I actually just got in one of these, AL Box 2 Plus. I'll have a video about that. But, it's been kind of tiring just looking at what Gold Shell's been releasing, and it's just not efficient. Okay. These are not good miners compared to Ice River. Ice River has been beating Gold Shell in terms of efficiency right out the gate. And of course, Bitmain, I mean, like no one's beating Bitmain, even when it comes against like Kaspa. Kaspa, the Bitmain miners are always the best. Bitcoin miners, they're always the best. Litecoin miners, they're always the best. Everything. I'm expecting for Radiant, Bitmain's going to come out with a Radiant miner. Like it's probably going to come out. So all these gold shell miners, this AL box, has it paid itself back? Well, ever since April 15th, okay, and I'm going to show you here. When I started mining with this thing, April 15th, right here. When I started mining with this thing, like I said, it was earning about almost, a lot, like 10 to 15 Alephium a day. It's now earning, less than 2 Alephium a day. Okay. So, but if I've been doing the whole mining and hodl method. Okay. So I'm now holding about 1609 Alephium since I've started this thing. So how much is that worth? Okay, well, let's put it in the calculator. Okay, I got 1609.8 Alephium. Right now, that's worth $2,656. Okay, $2,656 USD. Have I gotten its initial investment of $12,000 back yet? Hell no. Hell no. After 5 months, no. After doing the whole mining and hodl method, ever since these came out, April 15th, and of course the entity also came out, I think, at the 24th. And that miner was earning like that single entity was I think it was Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball was mining like $50,000 a day in Alephium or something crazy. So whether or not they were the reason for this downward sell pressure here, I don't know. But it's looking now that the network hash rate for Alephium is quite high. So Dragon Ball's now in the game, as well as Gold Shell, Ice River, and Bitmain. Okay, so these are really all the efficient models for mining. I forgot the A11 does dual mining as well, but not worth it. Definitely not worth it, not efficient. Okay, so just now, I wanted to compare real quick the Alephium's price versus Cadena. It kind of looks similar to me, okay, in a way, as I'm just looking here to see if there is some type of resemblance in terms of Alephium's price, Cadena's price. So Alephium had a pretty high multiplier. I'm going to say this is a good 15 to 20x, okay, from like 18 cents to $3.80. This is like a 20x ish raise in price here. Cadena had about roughly a 20x too, I'd say, from like $1.80 to to $20 or something like that. I'm gonna say that's a good 20x or something too, right? So I'm just correlating here. I'm not saying this is true or not, but just in theory, like looking at the charts here, is Cadena now, looking, or there's the Alephium's chart gonna be looking like Cadena here shortly. The price has been going down and down and down. Is Alephium going to have this dip here? There's a few different pumps here, but is this going to be like the final candle, green candle here, and then we're just gonna, are we going to go down? I don't know. It just kind of looks similar to me ever since ASIC started coming out for Cadena. It's just been massive sell pressure. So that's one thing I'm just worried about regarding Alephium with the hash rate climbing so high. Is there going to be sell pressure, and is there going to be able to sustain with all of these miners on the network that are up and coming, or maybe are we on the precipice of the bull run? I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball, but these are all risks that if you are going to buy one of these things, you should understand and realize the risks involved. Okay, Gold Shell, like I said, I think Gold Shell is they just don't fit the mark here. They're just underperforming, and also their pricing sucks. These things are just too expensive, and they shouldn't be this price that it is now. Okay, so one final thing I wanted to touch on is just the technicals. I was looking at the trading view on Alephium and like Cadena, for instance. Alephium, I'm not saying this is right or not, but trading view, all the oscillators, the moving averages show that Alephium is a strong sell. The moving averages show that Alephium is a strong sell. So that is kind of concerning if that is going to go in the way of Cadena here. If the Cadena's price is going to just drop down here. So that's a bit concerning, I guess, in the short term. But the long term vision, like for me, I've explained this before. Like if you believe in crypto in the long term, that's why I think, correlating to my bag that I've mined here with this Gold Shell AL box, how much more does Alephium have to pump in order for me to get my initial investment? In theory, a theoretical investment of $12,000 back on the first batch AL box. Okay, so if I have about $2,600 worth of Alephium right now, how much more does Alephium have to pump? Probably, I'm guessing a good 5 or 6x. The market cap has to go at least $1 billion, I'm going to say, until I can actually realize that $12,000 break-even price, which is insanity. And I don't have my gut feeling on people who bought the AL1 and the AL1 Pro. You know, sure, it's making like $100 and something right now, $130 a day right now. But man, just, you know, like I showed you here, you know, at one point this thing was making like $1,100, right? It's just been dwindling down and down and down. And so will the saving grace be for people that invested in the AL1 Pros, or hell, even any gold shell or any Alephium miner? Are they going to get their initial investment back? Are they going to break even on this in a span of a year, maybe 2 years? When is Alephium going to have price appreciation, right? So these are all things that I am obviously keeping track of. Okay, I haven't sold any Alephium. I'm still mining it to the singular address here. You guys can all look this up if you want. It's all publicly available. So this is going to be quite interesting. Okay. So anyways, yeah, that's really all I wanted to talk about regarding I guess the state of Alephium mining. It's been interesting to say the least. I'm kind of getting tired of it, and I know you guys are as well. And this is something where, yeah, I probably don't even need to make videos on this. You guys already know what's happening. You can compare all this. But I mean, if this has helped you in any way, let me know down below. If not, if I'm wasting my time making these videos on this kind of stuff, I won't do it anymore. Just let me know down below. I feel like I'm a broken record at this point. And, you know, every week there's always a new model, an ASIC miner comes out, and things fall through the cracks, and you know, people don't know certain models that come out, the efficiencies, the price of them. You know, all these things do matter, especially in this, you know, very crazy crypto mining world that we are in. So yeah, I hope everyone's, you know, time horizon here, their long-term goal is long-term, right? Everything that we look at, you know, talking about with crypto mining, it's a long-term game. It's not a get rich quick scheme. So just be mindful of, you know, if you're getting into this now, just understand that it's a risk. There's a lot of risks involved. Please do your own research when you're getting into, you know, all this type of stuff. But anyways, my friends, I think that's all I wanted to talk about. Let me know your thoughts regarding Alephium mining now, and I'll see you all in the next video. Have a good one. Peace out. Peace out.